Yeah, hey Jordan. You mentioned after the meet on Friday that while you wanted to, celebrate the win, you had a lot you wanted to work on. How has the team kind of taken to that this week? Both celebrating and trying to look at what they need to get better at.
Yeah, I mean it's really been in a great way, like business as usual. Like we got back in the gym Monday and got right back to work. The focus has really been on details, details, details. I mean, I just told them like the judges are taking every deduction, so we that's a challenge to us to just find ways to get better and sharpen up and clean up, and they are really seeing that as like a fun challenge. So it's been really cool, like in the gym. Just it's not they were coming off this LSU high, but it wasn't so high to where, they got complacent this week, which is exactly what I wanted to see as a coach. They knew there were areas we still need to improve, especially on bars and beam, just cleaning things up and being a little sharper. So I've really seen that energy from the team, and we had two really strong practices so far this week, so I'm pleased.
And then floor has been such a strength going back to last season, and you retained so much from that team. Have there been any challenges to maintaining that level of performance, or are they really just kind of old pros at it right now?
I mean, yeah, they're kind of old pros at it right now. We have a really seasoned veteran floor lineup with people like, Maddie Jones, Leah Smith, Frankie Price, like those that have competed in that lineup for years. And then you invite someone in like Jocelyn, who is able to kind of fill in, I guess, and a little bit of Lauren Williams' shoes since she's out for the season. So they're just consistent. I think the level of preparation leading up to the start of the season, the way we approach things as a program on floor specifically, it's like we want to start the season having no endurance issues, no issues with landings, no short last passes. They love going into that first meet feeling like, we can rock the floor and we're not still gearing up trying to get those last passes strong. So that's a sense of pride that our team has. And really our job as coaches is to sort of maintain their health and really be strategic about their training during the week so that we can stay healthy. And I think we do a really good job of that each year.
I have a couple things about a couple of specific gymnasts. Just Maddie Jones was such a significant part of last year and how consistent she was. How have you seen her kind of build on that this year? And did she have any particular goals for herself going into this season?
I think last year was her best season so far, and really her goal was to just get better from that. And the main thing for her was being more consistent, especially on bars. Like she knew towards the end of that lineup, like she was a high scoring athlete, but she wanted to be more reliable for her teammates. And I think so far she's really done that, especially on bars. And she's had a couple kind of weird beam performances, just a little shaky, but she comes back in the gym every time and works on that confidence and gets better. So I'm really proud of her. And then she's just so steady on floor. Like she's got that event down by now. And just finds ways to get better every year. So I'm proud of that.
And then I've noticed Cammy Weaver talks to some girls before they go on floor, and maybe she does it on other events too. I've just noticed it on floor. Has she always done that, or is that new this year? And what kind of leadership does she bring as a veteran?
She's like everybody's hype woman, I think. Cammy is just really fun energy. She keeps it light. She never takes things too seriously, which, you need someone like that on every team. So I think she's just a good hype woman for a lot of competitors before they go up on an event.
Courtney, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was muted. Hey, Jordan. Just a couple quick questions for me. You mentioned some of the things you want to clean up, and you mentioned bars there, but you did set a new season high on bars in that meet against LSU. What are some things you want to see cleaned up moving forward, and especially this week against Oklahoma?
Yeah. I think from one meet to the next, like we're finding ways to make everything we're doing on the bar a lot cleaner. So hitting more handstands, cleaning up feet form and leg form, and getting those pirouettes to finish in handstand instead of, outside of vertical. So those are things that I am seeing that we are improving week to week, and that's a huge credit to the athletes and our bar coach Chris. Like they're really attacking those details every week. The thing that we're always looking for, like in this part of the season, going into mid-season, is like our sticking consistency. You don't expect that first meet you're going to have 6 for 6 stuck dismounts, but we definitely want to build to that, and that's partially a confidence thing, that's partially a technique thing. So we're working really hard on that. We did a couple challenges yesterday, just kind of attacking sticking in general, both on bar dismounts and beam dismounts and vaults. And the team always steps up to those challenges. So we're just continuing to try to build their confidence when it comes to sticking. So I would say on bar specifically, it's like both on the bar and then landings.
Perfect. And just one more for me really quickly. You kind of talked about the girls are feeling good after that LSU meet and that LSU win, but not too high. They're ready for they know there are challenges coming up, especially with Oklahoma, Florida. We could go down the schedule. There's challenges all throughout. But do you feel like there's an extra boost? Okay, look, we beat LSU. Now we're going to take on the #1 team in the nation. It couldn't have been a better scenario for you guys, right? Just to have that confidence going into this meet. Do you feel the same way about that?
Yeah, I think, with this team, what I'm realizing is all that extra level of just confidence, it's very like underlying. It's not super obvious. It's not boastful. This team really just continues to come back in the gym, put their heads down, work for what they want. Like, they left a meet like Friday being like, okay, yeah, that was pretty awesome. The environment was great. Like we beat LSU, great. But also like we know we can be so much better. We are not satisfied. And so that's really kind of the vibe I think they're giving off, but they just continue to put their heads down and work. And that's really kind of how this team is.